2, 1.
15,000 people stepped off Sunday in the 45th annual Nationwide Children's Hospital Columbus Marathon. Despite the rain, their energy was high from the moment they stepped onto the course.
Well, runners from all parts of the world lined up in Columbus today to participate in the Columbus Marathon.
Hey, let's go, baby! We're almost halfway there.
With you.
I'm holding up good, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like 8-15-minute miles.
Damn, dude. Well, yeah,
Let's
you got
back after this.
Adrenaline's still pumping.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. For a while there, I had no service, so I couldn't listen to any music, and I was getting pissed off. But we're good now.
Cool. All right.
This is
well,
awesome.
Good luck.
Peace,
I'll meet you later.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, it rained the whole entire time I was running in the Columbus Marathon.
Mile 2 has done nothing but rain the whole time.
So that very much limited me to, capturing the event. So yeah, the whole point of this marathon series was built up for this specific episode per se, the finale, the race day. And it could have not went worse in terms of, capturing the event and getting videos. But that's not important. What's important is I ran 26 miles. I simply want to wrap up this whole entire series going through my results, my experience, and just document how I did. Unfortunately, it's not going to be through a very cinematic way of the storytelling that I'm used to doing, but it still means a lot for me to document this. So this is going to be kind of just like a raw video of me yapping and me, documenting how I feel as it's still kind of fresh in my mind. So it rained the whole entire time. Who would have thought? All summer, we've had beautiful weather. Every single video I would record and post, as you saw, it was sunny. So how did it end up where the one day we had to race, it started to rain? We really don't know, but I have to say it made for a better story and a better experience. When you were running in that moment with everybody and we're all just in like the same spot of, come on, really? I don't know, it brought like an energy and a vibe to it that made it like almost even more magical. And I didn't really care about my time. It wasn't like I was going to be super competitive and like trying to beat my time from last time. It was my first one. So I was mainly just focusing on finishing the race. So it was definitely something that I was not expecting. And there were certain points where it definitely made it harder. But overall, that was just such a cool experience. And seeing everyone else there with us was just beautiful. We have all these people with signs holding up, cheering us on, all family and all friends. The fact that they were still out there in the rain, supporting us, like you would have thought, oh, maybe not as many people showed up. It's definitely an event I would love to do again, hopefully with better weather next time, but I really enjoyed it. And I did find out the Columbus real estate is beautiful. Oh my gosh, we went through so many neighborhoods and I was shocked. I had never seen these houses before, but that's besides the point. I want to just talk about the rain for the first half of this video because it was such a big, important factor of the day. The two most annoying things from the rain was the fact that our clothes would get super heavy and some people running without shirts on and stuff. I was bundled up. I had like the tights on, the shorts, the long sleeve, the jacket. All that got just super heavy and wet, but I'm happy because after the race, I don't know how these people weren't freezing. It was really cold by the end of the race once you're like, not running. And the second part was it was so annoying that I could not use my phone. The rain was making my screen wet, my hands were wet, all my clothes were wet, so I couldn't wipe it off. And when it's like continuously raining, it wouldn't just like go away. So the only way for me to change the song would be, like clicking next on my phone. I could not get these songs to like go to the next song. I'm trying to like blow off the water to like anything to help me. And no, none of it worked. So at one point there was like a 6-minute song. That's a slow song. And it was so frustrating to listen to, but I got by it, and then some better songs came on later. All right, so now you're probably wondering, how did the actual race go? I went 3 hours and 55 minutes. My first half marathon was 1 hour and 51 minutes.
Halfway there, the half marathon, 1 hour, 51 minutes. I'll take it.
I was cruising the first half. It felt great. I was holding like 8:30, probably average minute miles, which is pretty good for me. And it wasn't until I stopped for the very first time when it immediately got hard. I ran the first half, and then after that, I was like, okay, I have a Pop-Tart and I need some food, so
I stopped to get this Pop-Tart out of my bag, and now my knee is hurting.
I stopped to get out of my little bag I had on my back. I ate it. Me stopping and then having to get back going, immediately my knee was like it was painful. It was really painful to the point where, like, you know, I would limp for like a half a mile to get it going, and then eventually it kind of would, you know, go away after a while. You just like get numb to it. Not good, but that started up at around that time. Then by my last 3-4 miles, oh my gosh, it was like the most humbling thing ever. Put some respect on 26 miles, because I did 20 at a slow pace, and I didn't think it was gonna be that much harder to do an extra few more. It was like the most draining last 30 minutes ever. I was trying to put on all my hype music songs that I could find if they were working. I literally had no food left in my stomach, so there was no more energy. I dropped off from like holding that 9-minute mile range towards the end, 9:30, over 10 minutes. The last mile, you would think the last mile, you have this adrenaline that's just, you know, you're just going. No, I didn't, it was all gone. It was all gone. And I will say, I probably went out a little bit too fast, but I don't regret it. What I regret is stopping so soon. I feel like I could have went 17, 18 miles at that 8:30 pace, and if I didn't stop, I would have just been doing good. So that was something that I really wish I didn't do. Reflection on race day itself would be, go as far as you can without stopping, preferably not stopping at all, and have the snacks easily accessible and eat way more. I had 3 or 4. I think I had 4 honey stingers and then like half a Pop-Tart because it was raining. It was so hard to eat it. So that's not enough food. I will say I had a ton of water and electrolytes. I think I did a great job preparing for that. But I would say next time I'm gonna at least have like 6 honey stingers, and you know, it's probably something else like a banana. I did have a banana during the race. At one point, some guy handed me a banana, and that was awesome. But yeah, you gotta have a ton of fuel. And then another thing I would say is probably in my training. First of all, I only trained for like 8 weeks. So I was like running a good amount, but not like enough for a marathon training. And then 8 weeks out, I was like, okay, let's just build off what I have, push long runs, and I'll get there. I don't think 8 weeks was probably enough in terms of like if you're actually trying to perform very well. I think if I gave myself even just like 12, 16 would be very ideal, but if I gave myself 12 weeks, I wouldn't have had to push so hard. And in the middle of my training, I had that little knee flare up. And since I was like 4 weeks out, I kind of had to just run on it. And I knew it was gonna be fine if I had a few days of actual recovery, but I was like 4 weeks out from a marathon. I'm not just gonna completely shut down. Even though I did take a big step back in like 5 weeks out, I kind of took like a week off. I would say give yourself plenty of time. You don't wanna be like rushed and have to do this. And then I would say for me, because I love making these videos so much, I learned so much about what it takes to kind of document this. And if I could do it differently, which I will eventually, I would do it totally different. That's what I love about this. Even though I didn't get to make the video the whole point of this was to make, I learned so much about the process of how to do this. And if you're following my YouTube channel, you know how much I enjoy this hobby, how much I'm trying to get better. And you know I'm gonna be doing this for a long time because I'm always talking about it. I would say, okay, I'm not gonna do a marathon series. I would make a few good videos out of the training and then make them like videos I like to make, because when I'm going on a 20-mile run, put that on a weekend, okay? Now imagine just recording the 20-mile run and trying to document it. It's like actually a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. Like, you're running for hours, you'd think you'd have all this time, but first of all, it's nearly impossible to get good clips in terms of like B-roll of you running and stuff, because come on, you gotta get the workout in. You can't keep stop and starting, which is what it takes to get good like film and good B-roll. So that was a really big challenge I was running into. I realized how hard it would be to actually capture that moment, how I envisioned it. Next time, for example, I think I could actually be prepared where I could do it. I think I could pull it off. Things are not always gonna go as planned, but I think now that I know what that environment is gonna be like, and especially if I got good weather, I really think I could capture it better. So I really wanna do that one day. And I wanna come back to this, but I didn't like how all my content was going to like running in the past 7 weeks has just been my YouTube channel on running, because that's not what this YouTube channel is about. It's about my lifestyle and documenting everything I'm doing. And I'm kind of annoyed that I just focused on one, but I learned, okay? And I learned that there's also only so much I was able to talk about every single week about running. Like all my long runs, it's like, they're all the same, you know, they're a little bit longer, but they're very similar. So I learned a lot about, you know, how to try to make it interesting. You gotta brainstorm a little bit more. It's not as simple as, okay, I'll just record every long run. But yeah, this has been my little late yap sesh. I really love to think of this stuff whenever things go wrong or they're harder than expected. that it was such a good learning opportunity. And I feel like out of this whole marathon, I feel more accomplished about how much I probably learned from it all than the race itself. The race itself was awesome. I know now how to do better, and the next one I'll do way better. And I'm excited for that. Maybe Cleveland in May, we'll see. But anyways, I'm gonna get back to my normal style content. I'm super grateful for anyone who followed this little series and were supporting me. It was a lot of fun. I know I just talked about how hard it was to do, but I really did enjoy it and I learned a lot from it. So I appreciate all of you. A day in the life video is planned to come out soon, and I'm really excited to get back to the normal Reno content of making whatever I wanna make. Peace and have a good week.